This break is brought to you by Netflix. Head on over to netflix.com/GameBreakerTV to sign up for a free 30-day trial, and you'll stream a whole bunch of TV shows and movies right into the comfort of your very own home. So leave Blockbuster behind and get with the times and sign up for Netflix. All right, guys, are you planning to make your fortune in Diablo 3 using the real money auction house? Well, if that's the case, you better hope you don't live in South Korea. Here with me to talk a little bit about this is Gamebreaker writer Jason Winter. Jason, why can I not sell Natalia's soul in Seoul? It just makes sense. Why can't I?
Because it's illegal.
It's illegal?
Illegal, or very soon will be. In about a month, South Korea will enact a law banning trade in virtual items.
Wow.
Yeah, violators can be fined up to about the equivalent of $4,000 and face up to 5 years in prison. And apparently this is a really big thing over there. They're concerned that it leads to teenagers wasting too much time. Oh my God. Teens wasting time in a video game? Really?
It doesn't sound that far off, but that's actually that's not unheard of. You know, South Korea has a lot of crazy laws like that when it comes to like internet cafes and the amount of time you can spend playing a game and the restrictions that they put on the internet. So it's not that unheard of to actually see happen. But what about the fact, do you think that this might just be coming a little bit too late? You know, the industry has kind of progressed past the point of where you can kind of stop this sort of thing from happening. I don't remember if it was in South Korea, but I do remember, you know, just a couple months ago, someone died at an internet cafe while playing League of Legends.
Yeah, I think that was in Chinese Taipei, but yeah, it's the same sort of thing. It is a little reactionary. I think the head of the Content Policy Division said, quote, "The main purpose of the games is for entertainment and should be used for academic and other good purposes." And that sounds to me like the government trying to redefine how people use entertainment or who the entertainment is for, which, again, yeah, we have different feelings on that in America than maybe they have in South Korea. But it reminds me of when you'd hear these days about someone in the courts making their case about adult content in comic books, saying, well, comic books are for kids, which
not anymore.
They're not. We know that. We've gone past that, but you're still trying to think that's how it is, and that just doesn't work anymore. The cat's out of the bag, so to speak.
Now, again, I mean, this is understandable that they want to try and curb the amount of time that players are committing. But this is mostly nothing necessarily wrong with their outlook on money trades and selling virtual items in the game, as much as it's about someone who looks at it and says, I can make, you know, a living doing this, and I'm gonna dedicate all this time, and they want to kind of shy people away from that mentality.
Yeah, I mean, well, again, a lot of people probably are gonna try. If this wasn't here, they would try it, and you know, it's gonna be like business is going poorly for some people, you know, putting a lot of time, a lot of money and effort into it, and it's gonna go poorly. Of course, when you have the younger generation, the teenagers and whatever trying this, they're not gonna have even remotely the business sense of adults and be able to properly do what they're supposed to do, as opposed to spending all their time playing the video game hoping they'll make their fortune. So yeah.
Do you think this is something that could ever happen and come to in turn affect America? I mean, countries pass laws all the time, and even though people think that it doesn't necessarily mean that it's coming our way, we could see maybe something about it. I mean, there's kind of two sides of the coin here. Could we see a money trade ban in America, or could we see even the government kind of trying to dictate and kind of change the way our outlook is on the amount of time that we spend video games?
Well, yeah, based on how much some of our lawmakers apparently understand video games and the internet with SOPA and PIPA and all that, I wouldn't put it past them.
No, not at all.
But I think it'd be more a case of them trying to collect taxes on virtual sales, because, you know, it's sort of like the casinos. Yeah, it's legal as long as we get our tax money from it, and only in certain areas and so on and so forth. So, you know, hey, you know, if they could do anything to stop gold sellers, I'll sign away my rights.
That's a good point. Does real quick, do we know that if taxes get taken out of the real money auction house at all? I mean, we know that Blizzard takes their dollar cut per transaction, and PayPal takes their 15%. But do we know at all if there's any sort of taxes that are being taken out from the government?
Probably not. If anything, it might be like, you know, you're supposed to pay taxes on your internet. If I buy something off Amazon, I'm supposed to pay taxes on it, but nobody actually enforces that.
Right.
So, yeah, maybe it could be, it could actually legally be a part of it, but it's probably not ever going to be something that gets enforced.
Is there any other thing that this could potentially affect within the gaming world of things?
Well, the thing is, I mean, even if you think this wouldn't affect you if you play other games or don't, think you really dabble in real money, how would it affect things like Gems in Guild Wars 2 or Plex and Eve, which is sort of like paying money for virtual items? Would the law be broad enough to cover that as well if something like that came into play? So it could be wide-reaching if it ever gets here. So everybody panic.
Everybody panic! The world is ending. We'll keep you updated, obviously, if there's any more information coming out of this, but this isn't anything that's really shocking. Stuff like this does get passed in South Korea all the time, but it's definitely news that could affect the gaming world. So keep it tuned right here to Game Breaker TV. We will keep you updated throughout the day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.